say good evening to my general public. I know you listening. Tune in to leave you informed on how to get dividends. You politicking with Permiss. I say you politicking with Permiss. Authentic originators, others are counterfeit.
We're now talking about what happened. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the progression. Let's talk about solutions. Because for some strange reason, everybody is good at pointing the finger. Good at saying, well, that's why I want to come to the war show anyway in the first place.
All of that on Twitter. I'm like, I've even had people that weren't even there saying that people were involved when they weren't, or had nothing. They weren't even there themselves. Right. It's like, well, I heard a rumor or so-and-so told me that they have a video. I'm like, well, tell them go ahead and post it anyway, like everybody else did.
Right.
It's crazy because people got so quick. I mean, I sat that night after it happened. I couldn't really speak, but I could read. Right. I was, reading all the comments that everyone was saying. And people were on Twitter like, oh, that's why I didn't go to the DMV Awards, and that's why I didn't go. And, that's what they get. And, of course, I knew it was going to be like that.
And I told you so. Like, why do that?
And I just want to make a point. It's like, honestly, this year there was more promotion, more people, more support than it had ever been. I mean, I'm talking about support from sponsors, support from media, support from executives, power players in the area than there had ever been for the DMV Awards. We had so much media in that room that night. And honestly, the whole world was looking at the DMV. Right. This was the time to shine because the other videos could have gone viral. Performances could have gone viral. It could have been a positive effect.
And it was a very special night for many people, especially myself. I can say it was very special because my buddy right here, Permiss, was nominated and won, along with DJ Heat for most supportive media person. It was very special night for me, and to celebrate it with my partner. High five. It meant so much. I got dressed up, got my hair done.
You
everything.
Really look nice.
Thank you. Sister. Yes, so did everybody else. And so this was a night to feel special, to feel like a superstar. In the words of Dre All Day in the Paint, he said, "I want everyone to feel like a superstar coming to the DMV Awards."
So in the wake of this, I guess to start on a positive note, it's like starting a newborn baby, starting from day one. What is the road to redemption right now?
Well, we're very excited about this part of it. Definitely, we've been working with a lot of people in the community, and we put in place Time to Build DMV, a town hall meeting taking place on Sunday. Really excited about it. We have about 22 people on a panel. It's going to be from 3:30 to 6 p.m. at the Community of Hope AME Church, which is ran by Reverend Tony Lee. Okay. So we have Tony Lee, Tony Lewis Jr., who is an advocate for ex-offenders. We have several people from most of the major labels in the D.C. area. Permiss is on that. Jeannie Jones, 20 Bellows, Super Tim, Dre All Day in the Paint, Judah, who runs for the DMV only. We have Candace Nicole Mackle, who is a power publicist in the area. We have Sonny Brown is also on the committee, or the panel, I should say. Didnt from BBU Enterprises, DJ Heat from DCMumbleSauce.com, Marcus J. Moore, who's from the Washington City paper. Basically, the point of this meeting is to get influential power players and decision makers in the area, and then also artists and the general community to talk about some of the deeper issues that are facing the hip hop community in the area, and then solutions moving forward. So what can we do so that the DMV Awards, what happened at the DMV Awards never happens again? And then what are some of the issues? And reason why that we're basing it like that, first issues and solutions, is because we were making phone calls. I probably talked to about 50 people in a matter of a day and a half just about the incident and what happened, how do they feel? And everyone had a different point of view, as far as the music not connecting to the streets, the people in the streets not respecting different crews per se, a lot of what we've already talked about, the arrogance in the community, and just a lot of different issues that we feel should be brought up and then discussed. And some people had some great ideas, signing a DMV unity pledge, to basically negate the hate and self-destruction that's happening. And there's just some ideas that have been thrown around. So we're looking forward to this. It's going to be from 3:30 to 6 on Sunday. We'll be broadcasted live on hiphopenation.com. And to register, you can go to time to build, that's time, TOBUILD, DMV.eventbrite.com. That's time to build, DMV.eventbrite.com.
Or you can go to politicwithpermissonline.com and you can find all the information just in case. politicwithpermissonline.com.
AJ and Sonny Brown, with this time to build positive movement, obviously I love it. It's a great idea. What direction would you like to see it moving? I'll start with AJ.
All right.
Honestly, I would like to see, at this point in time, I'd like to see more artists cross, working with each other.
Okay.
Like I said, from B-more to DC, from B-more to Virginia, that's really going to get this whole quote-unquote DMV movement moving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, a lot of people in the stages of, I'm from Baltimore, this is my local artist, this is what I'm trying to put out. Nah. Let's really take it to the next level. If you see a Khaled, or if you see somebody from No Limit, they just don't, stick with Uptown or, wherever they're from.
Right.
They go throughout that whole state.
Right.
It's something like that that's just going to speak more volumes than what, we're doing right now.
I agree. Sonny?
I mean, that right there is really happens. Like Baltimore, Virginia guys, and DC cats got a lot of records that they've done together. A lot. I mean, that's like, I guess because I'm on in the end with the underground end. You dig? Like that happens a lot. I think it starts at home. I think a lot of this stuff starts at home. Because like I said, it didn't have anything to do with the people running that whole show. It had something to do with other entities. And I think that sometimes some things, it was a horrible situation, but that type of stuff happens at home. Like it was, all right, just to make a quick story short, where I used to work at this little company, and we used to work downtown Baltimore early in the morning. The first thing that I would see is the liquor store open up at 6 o'clock. The kids wouldn't go to school, and I would see their parents in lines waiting to go to the liquor store or buy something. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff starts at home. If a kid that's 6 years old sees their parents acting stupid or acting crazy, guess what? They're going to act like that, and it's going to continue to build. It's going to continue to build. Now they running with a squad of dudes. So now, that one artist, he's a rap artist. People's put some cash behind him, and then it goes on and on. A lot of this stuff starts at home, and I think that, because because I'm a rap artist, AJ, you do the 92Q thing, Natasha, you're real big in your PR stuff. I think that if we take our time to kind of like talk to some artists, like with this town hall meeting thing, I think this is an excellent thing. If we can sit down and talk to some of these cats and really get inside of their heads and show them the way, because I do it every day, probably 6-7 times a day I'll talk to an artist or plenty of artists about their problems in the street with somebody else. I think we can make a difference.
Well, what also I like to recognize too is I seen you diffuse a lot of issues, a lot of problems, Sonny. So I think you sitting on this panel definitely is a great look, man. Super Tim, what's your view?
It was my view on what we need to do for the future.
Yes.
Oh man, I mean the same thing that the whole just stop the hate, the arrogance, like she said, is an issue in the DMV. I was a couple of months ago. I was on the B1650 AM with Misunderstood, and she asked me what's the one thing that artists need to do to become better. And the first thing you need to do before anything else is humble yourself.
You said they need
artists understand they need to humble themselves. Understand just because you jump in the booth and drop the hot track doesn't make you a superstar. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes across this country, across this world, trying to be on TV, on the radio. So you got a long way to go beyond your one track that's hot or your one mixtape that's hot with a couple of fans on your Facebook page.
Absolutely. If you're just joining us right now, we're discussing the DMV Awards live on Politic With Permiss. 410-481-1010, 410-481-1010. Outside the area, 877-704-1010. Of course, stream live, WORBbaltimore.com. Everybody on the phone, I see y'all. Definitely want to get to y'all in a few. Sing.
I just want to take the time out to recognize some more people that were nominated. Best Rap Group nominee was Dirt Platoon, along with a host of others. Best Dance and club track, the winner was the Doo-Doo Kids. Shout out to Boo Man and Jimmy Jones. They won for their track Step Aside featuring Mully Man. Another was KW Griff featuring Pork Chop. Shout out to
Bring
Pork
out
Chop.
the cats.
Bring out the cats. Best Maryland R&B female, IG Ma. She's an I Vote member, by the way. You can check her out March 29th at Bourbon Street. And Best R&B male nominee, Karan Johnson and CJ Hilton. I love that song that he's doing right now. And also Best Lyricist nominee, Comp, who is also going to be with us at I Vote on March 29th. Barcardi for Six Star General was a nominee for Mixtape of the Year. And Best Radio DJ was 92Q's own Squirrel Wide. He was a nominee. Video Director, Best Video Director nominee, Gary the Grinch Bowman, who has a lot of videos on MTV. So we had some real big people get nominated.
Huge. Absolutely. Let me go to line number two. Jazzy B, welcome to Politic with Permiss. How you doing?
Hey, Permiss. Congratulations.
Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. Thank you for checking in with me.
No problem. Anytime. Well, I've been listening for a while, and I just had a few things to say. I think the show, although I didn't attend this year because I've always been the one behind the scenes and caught all up into the politics between the artists and, the coordination and everything. So until you're actually put on both sides, you really can't understand everybody's point of view. I think Dre did such a great job putting the show together. And watching the videos, I think that one thing they should probably really focus on is getting the attention and respect from everybody, because it was way too much movement. People were drinking, they was going upstairs, they was coming back downstairs, and they should have said, hey, once you enter this room, the award show is going on, have a seat. If you go back out, you're going to be stuck out there for a while. So I think that is one approach that they should have taken. And another thing, having it at a hotel where everybody's like, and people, my phone was blowing up, people were texting me like, hey, I'm going to my room, you should come. Like, you shouldn't be focusing on going to your room. You should be focusing on giving respect to other artists at the award show. So their focus was just all over the place. People were looking for a bar, and it was just so many things. And I think that this year the turnout was great. I would have loved to be there to support everybody, but at the same time, it added so many other negative things that the DMV Awards never really had to deal with before. And I don't know. I just think that next year, moving forward, they need to pick a better venue. Of course, better than the Conference Center and the Hampton Conference Center, and just kind of focus on having everybody in one place, so that they focus and the respect and the love is just all there. And I would definitely love to be a part of the Time to Build. I think that's such a really great idea. And with all that being said, I'm done.
All right, Jazzy B, absolutely.
On Sunday.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to try to make it. Definitely.
All right, thank you for calling, love.
No problem.
Absolutely. One of the points I like to bring up, as I was talking about in an earlier conversation earlier this week about the DMV Awards, is one of the things that I think will negate a lot of tension and ruckus is a dress code.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, because and Sonny, me and you engaged in this conversation. It's like if I buy a $1,500 suit with $400 shoes and I got a nice derby on, I'm not trying to get in nothing.
Yo, you would look real smooth.
I wasn't trying to get into nothing with the outfit I had.
Me neither.
I was spending money 3 hours until we left. How about that? I slipped up and got like 3 outfits for it.
Yeah.
I was mad. Nah, for real. I got a scratch in my Pradas, and I'm a little upset about that.
I scratched my shoes too. You're not the only one.
I was hot.
Red pumps.
A couple hours. I was real mad about that.
Yeah.
And then, you're absolutely right. That's another thing. Don't nobody got no. I ain't gonna say nobody. That's a blanket statement. But a lot of people don't got no suits in their closet, and if they do got suits in their closet, they can't wear it. But if you put a dress code on the next one, I can guarantee you, first off, you're not going to want to get no chopper suit. You're going to want to get something nice. You're going to want to get a nice suit. So if a brother got a real nice suit and the females was all right in there. They was looking nice. But if you get a brother in a real nice suit like that one guy that's the 50 best, the one guy that was in there, the 50th best.
Cass.
Yeah. He had a hard suit on.
Yeah,
you get a suit like that. Ain't nobody gonna want to fight in no suit. Who's gonna want to fight in a suit? You know what I mean? That's crazy if you want to box somebody up in a suit. So if you got people got some suits on, they ain't gonna want to act like that. You know, so you're right. That would have been an excellent thing to put in.
Does anybody know what black tie is?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think a lot of people
I'm sure people
do.
know.
Right.
I mean, some people do, but I don't think a lot of people know.
We've been throwing around different ideas, and so I don't speak for the entire committee. These are just, ideas randomly that have been going around. But we have been talking about, should there, just questions. So should there be a dress code next year? Should it be in a place like a theater versus in like some place where people can have bottles on tables? The one thing about the Hampton Conference Center, although I didn't like the venue as I don't know if anyone did, but it was a close and confined space. So it wasn't, people were standing up, but you couldn't go too many places. You know what I mean? It was like a square room.
It was.
And so with the Hyatt this year, it was big. It was upstairs, downstairs. We had carpet on one floor. We had vendors. And we really tried to make it like an atmosphere where people could network. And that was why, it was set up that way because, we were hoping people would meet, exchange cards. There would be room for interviews and media and, just a lot to happen. But you are correct when, the young lady who was on the phone earlier, there was too much movement. So there have been some other ideas thrown around, like I said, theater, just what we've already talked about.
Well, I will say, and AJ, of course, definitely chime in, is I don't take nothing away from the venue at all.
No, that was lovely.
The venue itself was magnificent. It was great. It was roomy. It was classy. The red carpet, yes, there's always room for improvement, but the red carpet was longer than last year, first of all. It was. Yeah, it was very long. But there's always room for improvement. There's always room to make things better. And I think when it comes to venue, never digress. But if we want to move to a different venue, move to a better one. You know what I'm saying? But I think the venue really puts the artist, with all of the stipulations in place, in the mindset of, all right, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to chill. Once everything is put into place. AJ?
I mean, you said it point blank, clear out. I mean, there's not much more to say to that one, man. But I mean, like I said, once again, like I said earlier, you got to understand, Northern Virginia, Crystal City, next to the Feds.
The Commonwealth.
It's like you can't play in that area. I mean, mind you, that shouldn't be the premise for everything.
Right.
But soon as they said that's where it was, I was like, oh, that's going to be a great event.
Yeah.
No. Come on now.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Go ahead, Natasha.
I just wanted to say, I personally feel really horrible about, the people who were hurt at the program, and that definitely was not the intentions of the organizers, or I'm sure the attendees or the artists or, nominees. And so it's very unfortunate, and we have to really think about like the longer term effects of what we do as a community of musicians, artists, everyone in this community, because this is going to have really long-term effects. People are not going to want to host the DMV Music Awards. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be more difficult than it was this year to find sponsors. And, you just really have to think of the long-term effects of what we do.
Right.
Do you have a status, or can you speak on the status of those that were hurt at this moment, or is that something that you can't disclose?
I don't know.
Okay.
I will say that yes, while it may be hard to find sponsors, and yes, it may be hard to find another venue for the DMV Awards right now, somebody will host the DMV Awards, and somebody will sponsor the DMV Awards long term. Of course, it's a hot potato right now. Nobody wants to touch it, but I think the greatest story of a person. I kind of can equate this to that person is Michael Vick. Michael Vick, nobody want to touch him first.
Right.
Now he's getting endorsement deals and he's like a second chance. So I kind of equate that situation to this. It has the potential to be a magnificent award show.
The best.
It has been for the past 4 years with room of improvement. I think when you and Dre sat here, when you guys came weeks ago and talked about the progression, the voting process and everything, first of all, that's different. It was different than the years previous. Some of the gripes, you guys have addressed it to make it better. So again, to improve, yes, you guys are tackling it, and I believe next year is going to be bigger and better. I do believe it's going to be much more tighter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
You know, just like prior to 9/11, you know, you could walk through customs good.
Right.
Now you walk through customs, they want to know your blood type. You know,
Right.
X, Y, or O. You know what I'm saying? So definitely with these last 10 minutes, Natasha, I want to switch lanes for a minute. You are involved with a great organization.
Yes.
And let's touch that for a minute.
So I'm working with a group of ladies called Divas MPH, and that stands for Making Our People Healthier.
Okay.
And I'm very excited because the ladies will host their second annual Saving Our Sisters from HIV and AIDS Health Summit this Saturday at George Washington University in Funger Hall.
All right.
This is one of few programs that really touches women, that really focuses on women. There are programs for men from 1 to 5, but the entire day from 9 to 5 really has a strong focus on women. So there's going to be, you know, HIV AIDS 101 workshops, contraceptive negotiation skills, healthy communication skills, healthy relationship workshops for men and women. And then it's going to end from 3:15 to 4:15 with a town hall meeting, which will be also broadcasted live on SOS Health Summit.com. That's going to be hosted. The town hall meeting will be moderated by Justine Love, who is the former host of Love Talking Slow Jams on 95.5 in DC. And Jeannie Jones from 93.9 will be the MC.
That really good
for the full day. So we're really excited about that. So 13 to 29-year-olds in the DMV, Baltimore, DC metro area, definitely come out. You can register at SOS Health Summit.com. That's SOS, which stands for Saving Our Sisters, Health Summit.com. And I do want to emphasize there are sessions for men from 1 to 5. So the fellas can definitely join the program this year. Pow.
Huge, beautiful. While we switching on lanes, AJ, I just want to, first of all, commend you and Angel Baby for the great job you guys doing Rap Attack.
Appreciate it.
One of the things that I'm noticing and that I have noticed in listening to the show is you guys implement new segments on the show. To of course gain listeners. Of course you have your commercial listeners, but you guys are getting a lot of the underground listeners now because you guys showcase music on the national level. And I want to say salute to you and say, you know what I mean, love, man.
Hey, appreciate that, man.
What is the next step for Rap Attack? Where do you want to see the show go?
Like for Rap Attack, like I said, we're in the process of reorganization. I can get it right. Reorganizing our blog site, hiphopzone.com. Also, like I said, Angel's now mixing as well. So and also we want to continue to support DC, Maryland, Virginia as far as with the music's concerned, with the local artists, and give them more of a spotlight where other stations don't really do that as much as they should. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. We also branching out from Next to Nine because of Rap Attack as far as a lot of,
I was about to get into
that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists now are hearing their music played during the time slot of when they hear other national artists. So I feel like I want Rap Attack to be that vehicle, you know what I'm saying, along with your show as well, to be like, okay, look, if these other stations don't want to, hear them out, come see us. That's what it's all about.
Of course, Rap Attack. First time I heard Rap Attack, of course, shout out to Marley Marl up in New York. You know what I'm saying? So when I come down here, it's like a replica. You know what I mean? I'm like, because you hear. No disrespect, but you hear Drake 50 gazillion times a day. But can I hear Cash Rules, you know what I mean, 9 o'clock? Can I hear Where I'm From, Jay-Z, you know what I mean? So it's really good, man. Music submissions, can people submit music to be reviewed, anything?
You can send it to rapattackmusic@gmail. Also, I got to put this out there, also coming soon within the next week, me and Smash, aka T-Mac, about to drop the mixtape Return of the Mac.
All right.
About to be a serious situation. So, a lot of good things going to come from that. But bottom line, we also got the feature on Rap Attack called Get On and Get Low.
Yes.
That's where we're getting actual artists who are really on the low underground, that doesn't really have a street hit or doesn't have some type of recognition that want to be heard, so they can actually get comments and feedback from the listeners. Because, 9 times out of 10, everybody feels like, I'm the tastemaker hip hop.
Right.
We're leaving it to the listener to say if they need to get on or if they need to get low.
Get on and get off. All right. That's what. Give them the email one more time.
All right, rabbitackmusic@gmail.com, man.
All right.
Absolutely.
I just want to take this time out to also recognize some other DMV Award winners and nominees. Big shout out to Best Manager of the Year, the winner, to Unruly Management. Shout out to Sean Caesar. Also, big shout out to Best Promoter. The winner is Billy Live. Speaking of Billy Live, you can find him tonight at Club Reality, 2625 Washington Boulevard. He's actually going to be having his great event that he has, Welcome to the Court, featuring some of the most talented indie artists there. And he wants to celebrate the DMV Awards by allowing all nominees and winners free entry into the event tonight. All other entry is $10. Big shout out also to Maximilian J5, nominees for Best Photographer, allbemorehiphop.com for Best Website, Best Mixtape DJ, nominee DJ Jabrell, Open Mic, Best Open Night nominee was Mute Pound Music Sign Mondays by Shaka Pitts, Larry Lancaster, who won Best Comedian, Best Graphic Designer nominee was Fame, Album of the Year nominee was Boss Man, and also Best Video of the Year nominee DJ Gemini featuring Scar Akbar, Boss Man, Smash, White Folks, Kingpin Slim, everybody, DMV Dream Team, which was a dope video, by the way.
Absolutely.
And Raina Williams for Best Alternative Artist was also nominated. She's newly transplanted in New York City, but her home is Baltimore, so shout out to her.
Also, real quick, shout out to Boss Man, who actually was up in New York paying tribute to the late great Notorious B.I.G. This is Notorious B.I.G. week.
Yes.
Y'all gonna be doing something on Rap Attack? Paying homage some Sunday?
Come on, without question.
No
man.
doubt.
Right if we ain't do otherwise.
All day. That's what's up. With these last 3 minutes, Sonny Brown, living legend recipient. First of all, I definitely want to take this time out to say thank you for checking in and touching on such a real powerful topic. Where can they find you at? Music, anything, or just want to build with you, man? How can they get at you?
This come to Sonny Brown at Facebook. SONNY, not SUNNY. I'm bringing Hip Hop 101 back the first Wednesday.
Yes, absolutely.
First Wednesday of May.
All right.
I just linked that deal with. It's going to be at Club Reality. So the first Wednesday in May, that'll be the first day back with Hip Hop 101. And the Gingerbread Man is coming. I'm working with Ronnie Don, so the single should be done by July. So I'm getting ready to box him in the neck with that.
No doubt. That's what's up. Super Tim, DMV Award nominee, man, checking in with me. What's going on? Let them know how I can find you, brother. Super Tim.
I don't think he can.
Super Tim is gone. Wow, man. Well, look, let me tell you guys something tonight. You don't need to be nowhere else. If you're not at Billy Live's joint for some reason, if your car's not working, you need to take the bus over to Club Paradise and holler at my man Lil Black. AJ will be on the ones and twos.
Swag Nation.
Check out my man Ian Premium Label, and of course Ali Productions. It is going down. Doors open up at 9 p.m. Let me tell you, last week it was bananas, so I know this week is even going to be better. If you're in the rain or you've been in the house, well, come on out and party with us. It's going down.
That's right.
Also, in addition, March 29th, don't forget Bourbon Street, the I Vote Movement concert is some of Baltimore's great Scar Akbar, Comp, Bangarang, Bar Cardi, Miss Cream, Billy Live, Wordsmith, Conscience, Young Skills, IG Smash. The list goes on, all right? Shout out to Conan 92Q and Larry Young, WOLB 1010 AM for spearheading this thing, putting it together.
And
shout out to Siv Jones as well. Follow us at iVoteMaryland.com. It is going down real major. Next week, what do we got on the board next week?
Next week, we got a whole lot of fun stuff, but you can check us out at www.politicwithpermissonline.com to find out. How about that?
Absolutely. Of course, the DMV Awards. Yes, this was an incident that happened, but guess what? It will never die. It will continue on.
That's right.
And let's concentrate on the positive and not the negative that the media is really focusing in. With that being said, I am your man Permiss, your captain, your pilot. Catch me next Thursday. Of course, I'm right here on WOLB 1010 AM, the home of the Larry Young Morning Show. God bless. See you next week. Peace.
10 a.m.